Huddle up, Falcon fans, huddle up. Welcome back to Atlanta Falcons Fandemic, the heartbeat of the Dirty Birds faithful, where the fans never waver and the passion never dies. I am your host, Manuel McFarland, coming to you once again live from the heart of the Falcons Nation. And today, this content, guys, we are officially less than 100 days before the start of the 2025 NFL regular season. The Falcons have finally released their schedule, and it's packed with exciting matchups and national spotlight games. And we got quite a few games to look for. Actually, I'm surprised that they gave us 5 primetime games. They gave us 4 last year. Guys, this has never happened for the Falcons, especially to have. It was good for us to have back-to-back season with just 1 primetime games. We've had 9 in succession. This is great, guys. They're nationally televised, and we get a chance to see them under the lights. 5 primetime games. That's awesome, guys. I mean, I can't wait. The week 2 is the first primetime game, and it will be against the Minnesota Vikings. It's a Sunday night game. Week 6 it's a Monday night football game against the Buffalo Bills. Week 7 is a Sunday night football game as well, and it's at San Francisco 49ers. And week 15, Thursday night football versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the last one, finally, week 17, Monday night football against the Los Angeles Rams. Falcons in the lights, guys. 5 games. We have the division home opener against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 1. And we have the Colts in an international game in Berlin, Germany in week 10. And something that hasn't happened in a while, we have an early bye week game in the 5th week. And once again, we're starting off with tough opponents. We have the Bills, Commanders, Rams, and the Vikings, all of that are playoff teams. And we face every team in the AFC East and the NFC West. Very tough division, guys. And remember, we still have to contend with the division rivals in the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are our 2024 division champs. The Saints have a few things to work through. They lost their quarterback, David Carr, so they're in a stickler. Not taking away nothing from Spencer Rattler, but the Saints have other issues besides quarterback. So we won't look for them to be a legitimate contender until maybe a year or 2 from now, barring that they get some draft picks. But anyway, week 1 preseason, we will face the Detroit Lions, and it will take place at 8 o'clock. I mean, at August the 8th at 7 o'clock in the evening in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The following week, we stay at home to take on the Tennessee Titans on that Friday, August the 15th at 7 p.m., also in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then we get on the road in week 3 of the preseason to take on my arch nemesis, the only team I hate worse than the New Orleans Saints, those Dallas Cowboys, on Friday, August the 22nd at 8 p.m. at the AT&T Stadium. Yeah, the Cowboys, it's just something about the Cowboys. I'm an old school cat, guys. I've been around a minute, and I've hated the Cowboys since I think it's legitimately like 1981, I believe it is. Yeah, 1981. The Cowboys, and at that time I had no idea about rivalry. I just knew the Dallas Cowboys was always that team for us back in the 70s and 80s. That we always had to contend with in the national championship in the NFC. But as far as the rivalry, like against the Saints, I had no idea about what a rivalry was. I was a young kid, the thing I liked was football. That's all I wanted to see was watch some football. But when the Cowboys came in here, I'm not gonna get a Cowboys no more of this highlight, guys. I hate the Cowboys. They came in and took a game from us that broke my heart, and I'm still looking for some get back on that game. But anyway, guys, the Atlanta Falcons will kick off their 2025 regular season at home against the reigning NFC South champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Baker Mayfield on Sunday, September the 7th, at home in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This week, divisional matchup will be a significant test for both teams right out the gate. The Falcons will be looking to start strong at home against a Buccaneers team aiming to defend their division title. This is sure to be an exciting game for the Atlanta Falcons to kick off the season. Both teams have 2025 draft picks that are destined to have an impact in the regular season matchups. The Falcons have great expectations from our draft picks and edge and linebacker Jalen Walker out of Georgia, edge rusher James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, safety Xavier Watts hailing from Notre Dame, and cornerback Billy Bowman Jr. out of Oklahoma. Now, Atlanta did draft an offensive lineman, Jack Nelson from Wisconsin, to bolster the O-line. But as of right now, I think he'll take more of a backseat and likely sit back and develop until his number is called. And I think he'll be ready, guys, if not called sooner. It all depends on the play of Caleb McGarren, if he's improved, barring any injuries that we have. Of course, we got to remember Terry Frontal has brought in a lot of offensive lineman guys to this mini camp. So it's going to be a road for Mr. Jack Nielsen if he's to make this team. Of course, he is for the future, right? So let's hope he does a great job and be able to come in and show what he has. Because he's a young kid, big body, and a fantastic blocker, guys, out there in the open. So let's see if Jack Nielsen can come in and fill in as an offensive lineman. This game, though, marks also the first of the regular season games between the two. So expect for both defenses to make it a tough go for Michael Penix and Baker Mayfield, because both of our defenses are almost built the same. Of course, I think we have an edge in youth and speed, but both defenses will probably step up in this first game. These two teams are also scheduled to play in Tampa Bay on Thursday, December the 11th, rather. Now, going into week 2 of the regular season, we are on the road to see formidable opponent, Minnesota Vikings, at the U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And before I go on, guys, I decided this year that I'm going to hold off my predictions for this season, just for a couple of videos or so. I'm not going to do it on this video. I'm just going to go through the content of the schedule, and I will come back with another video and give my prediction. So that's why I'm not giving whether or not we will win or our chances of losing against any particular team. Okay. But this early season contest against a team that finished with a strong 14-3 record in 2024 will provide a significant gauge of the Falcons' competitiveness against their top 10 NFC teams. Playing on a Sunday night football adds extra prominence to this interstate showdown. And once again, guys, that prime time in the lights. And I'm hoping, as dynamic I think as our offense are, that we step up when the lights are turned on in prime time. But historically, the Minnesota Vikings hold the edge in the regular season series, and it's more than just the edge against Atlanta, with a record of 21 wins to 11 losses. Their most recent regular season encounter on December 8, 2024, saw the Vikings defeat the Falcons 42-21 in Minneapolis. This upcoming week, too, would be an opportunity for the Falcons to try and narrow that historical gap. And I think this team here, guys, and I'm just going to put it on out there. I think this present team that we have is going to be a team that will grow together. I don't think we will lose much going down the road. I think the only player that I think we are liable to lose, actually it's two that I think that we are liable to lose, will be Tyler Algier and Kyle Pitts, depending on how he plays. If Kyle Pitts has one heck of a season, he may have a chance to stay and get a contract extension well worth his time to be here. but he has to go out, guys, and perform like no other. And Tyler Algier, I just don't see him with his ability to sit back and continue to take the 10, 11, 12 carries a game when he's very well capable of carrying up to 20 to 25. So I hate to say it, but I don't want to lose Tyler Algier, but I would love for us to be able to maintain that 1-2 punch. But that's going to be something that we'll have to address in the future. Going into week 3, the Atlanta Falcons divisional matchup against the Carolina Panthers will take place on Sunday, September the 21st at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. This early NFC South contest will see the Falcons travel to face a Panthers team that finished the 2024 season with a 5-12 record. The Falcons themselves concluded 2024 with a 8-9 record, placing second in the NFC South. This week 3 game will be the first of 2 meetings between these division rivals in the 2025 season. They are also scheduled to play in Atlanta in week 11. In their most recent regular season game on January the 5th, 2025, the Carolina Panthers defeated the Atlanta Falcons 44-38 in overtime in Atlanta. There was a lot of things that came into play in that loss, so I'm not going to say that Carolina beat us, but they came in and did their job and grabbed the win. We didn't make it easy for them, but it was a couple of decisions that were made during the course of that game that didn't add up to how we were playing and how we would finish the season. So that equated for us to put an L in the losing column against Carolina. Now, coming back to Atlanta, the Falcons will host yet another NFC contender, the Washington Commanders, in week 4 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I love the fact, guys, that we got Washington early as opposed to later, because Washington last season, guys, got on a momentum and was able to close out the season last year very well. Of course, we played them very well as well in that momentum too. So, but I'm glad that we had them early in the season. With this week 4 matchup promises an intriguing contest, especially with the anticipated play of the Commanders' electrifying young quarterback Jaden Daniels. Daniels, the 2024 Offensive Rookie of the Year, he impressed the league with his dual threat capabilities, combining a strong arm with exceptional mobility. His dynamic playmaking ability possesses a significant challenge for all, not just us, but all opposing defenses. Atlanta, on the other hand, we will come with our much revised defense, faster, younger, and match Washington's playmaker with a playmaker of our own, and Michael Penix Jr. With our quartet of playmakers, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Darnell Mooney, and Kyle Pitts, and not taking nothing away from Tyler Algier. So we have some weapons that's going to make Washington Commanders defense and be able to test them early in the season. The previous regular season meeting between these two teams on December 29th, 2024, resulted in a 30-24 overtime victory for the Commanders in Washington. This upcoming game will be a chance for the Falcons to secure a win at home against a Commanders team. And as I said before, week 5 will be a bye week. This is, like I said, this is early, and I like it actually. This midseason pause will provide the team with the opportunities to rest, recover, and strategically prepare for the remainder of their schedule. Whether an early bye week is a positive or a negative for us can be debated. But if we sustain any injuries up until then, it gives the team time for them to rest and be able to come back and give anybody a chance to come back and play out through the rest of the season and possibly into the playoffs. But positive for us having a early bye week like this. Like I said, early rest and recovery provides players a break early in the season to recover from any initial wear and tear. Mid-season adjustments. It allows the coaching staff to evaluate the first 4 games, make the necessary adjustments to the game plan, and address any emerging issues. And it also gives us an area to prepare for a long season, and it can help the team feel refreshed heading back into the season, into the bulk of the schedule. But the potential negatives, guys, of an early bye week, the long stretch without a break later on. The team will face a longer stretch of consecutive games in the latter part of the season without another scheduled week off, which could lead to fatigue, which is why I'm so glad that Terry Fontenot has drafted and signed the way he has. His availability of players is abundant. If anybody remember, well, I know everybody remember how Nick Saban stacks up his when he was coaching at Alabama, how he stacked up his team. Uh, every position, guys, it was 3, 4, 5-star players, just about at every position. So if somebody got hurt or couldn't go the next game, he had somebody that could very well come in and still finish out, and carry on without missing a step. Another negative that we could possibly face early in the season, if we have a momentum going, we could lose momentum. If the team starts the season strong, and an early bye could be potentially be disruptive for our momentum. I like that idea of having a momentum going early in the season, but we start out slow too. So we have a team that hasn't played together. We have a lot of young guys, but unless we figure something out early, we could actually jump out and play very well, just like we did last season. We had a bunch of young guys on that squad as well, a bunch of new guys on the team that hasn't played together. And we still came out fairly well in the first 4 games. So the lost momentum is a potential negative, right? But ultimately, the impact of an early bye week is often determined by how well a team utilizes the time off and how they perform in the games leading up to and following the bye week. Last season, we came to the bye week in a slump. In a slump, and then coming out of the bye week, we didn't rebound or respond very well either. So hopefully that's not the case this year, and we go into the bye week winning, come out ready to win some more. For the Atlanta Falcons in 2025, coming after matchups against division rivals and a strong NFC contender and the Commanders, the Week 5 bye week could be a valuable chance to regroup before continuing on to their campaign. Week 6, the Atlanta Falcons will face their first AFC opponent of the 2025 regular season when they host the Buffalo Bills in Week 6 on Monday, October the 13th at 7:15 p.m. at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This interconference primetime matchup on Monday Night Football will feature a compelling showdown against the Bills, led by their dynamic quarterback, Josh Allen. Allen's exceptional arm talent and impressive running ability make him one of the best electrifying players in the league, possessing yet another significant test for our defense. This Week 6 contest will be a key opportunity for the Falcons to measure themselves against a strong AFC contender in a nationally televised game. And that's why I'm so glad that Terry Fontenot also, once again, he drafted the way he did, and he went out and got guys that could get after the ball, guys who are not just great tacklers, but have speed with it to contain players like Josh Allen, who likes to take on running ability sometimes. So like to show off his running ability sometimes. So hopefully we guys like Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., Simeon, if he makes the team, hopefully he will. Ebiketie and all the guys, and Ebiketie, he's not the fastest guy, but he fights off blocks very well. So hopefully he will be able to do that and contain Josh Allen. The last regular season between these two, the Bills took place on October the 9th, 2022 in Buffalo, with the Bills securing a 23-17 victory. This upcoming Week 6 game will be their first encounter in Atlanta since 2018. Guys, let's just hope that the early bye week was just what the doctor ordered and help us to put a W in the win column. Week 7, the Atlanta Falcons will travel west to face a strong NFC contender, the San Francisco 49ers, in Week 7 on Sunday, October the 19th at 8:20 at Levi Stadium. This Sunday night football matchup will feature the Falcons against a 49ers team led by their quarterback, Brock Purdy, who just signed a 5-year, $265 million deal, securing long-term security. That's not, I just threw that in there. That's not saying that's going to aid him in any way trying in an effort to beat us. So, but anyway, Purdy, who took the reins and demonstrated consistent performance for the 49ers, will present a significant challenge for the Falcons defense passing wise. The 49ers, despite a 6-11 record in 2014, are consistently viewed as a talented NFC team with aspiration for contention. And that's how I want to keep it, guys. They have an aspiration for contention, not that they are in for contention. And we have every available asset that we can actually pull this game off. This week's 7 game will be a key test on the road for Atlanta against a team aiming to bounce back in the 2025 season. The last regular season game between the Falcons and the 49ers were on December the 19th, 2021 in Atlanta, where the 49ers won 31-13. This upcoming week 7 contest will be their first meeting since then. Going into week 8, the Atlanta Falcons will host an AFC contender, the Miami Dolphins, in week 8 on Sunday, October the 26th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This interconference matchup will feature a compelling contest against the Dolphins, spearheaded by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. I'm the worst when it comes to these names, guys. But Tua, y'all know who he is. Tua. And the electrifying wide receiver Tyreek Hill also pause. The Tua Hill connection forms one of the most dynamic offensive duos in NFL, with Hill's exceptional speed and Tagovailoa Tua's accuracy posing a significant challenge for opposing defenses. This week 8 game will be a key test for the Falcons defense as they aim to test themselves against a strong but suspect team from the AFC, because they still have problems on the defensive side of the ball, I think. Also that offensive line, hence Tua not being able to stay healthy. He probably, let's see, what is this, week 8? He'll probably be a little bit banged up too, coming out. So we have a real good shot at this game here. Week 9, the Atlanta Falcons will face yet another AFC contender, the New England Patriots, on Sunday, November the 2nd at 1 p.m. at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. This interconference matchup will feature the Falcons against a Patriots team looking to build with their young quarterback Drake May, newly acquired All-Pro wide receiver Stephon Diggs, and the emerging talent of wide receiver Kyle Williams from Washington State. The Patriots revamped their receiving corps with the addition of Diggs' proven playmaking ability, and Williams' potential alongside the development of May presents an intriguing challenge for the Falcons defense. And I'm only saying that because our defense will be young. Their players are very young. So Stephon Diggs being the only veteran on that receiving corps, I mean, it will be intriguing, guys. But this week 9 road game will be an opportunity for the Falcons to test themselves against a Patriots team with new offensive weapons. The plus side is the Patriots didn't really solidify their acquisitions and boosting their offensive line. So Drake May still may have to get on the run again, which he does not make good decisions getting on the run with the ball. But the last regular season meeting between the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots took place on December the 2nd, 2021 in Atlanta, where the Patriots secured a victory 25-0. This upcoming week 9 will be the first encounter at Foxborough since the Super Bowl, which will surely be a revenge game, so to speak, if the Falcons manage to pull out this win. Heading into week 10, yes, you guessed it, another AFC contender, the Indianapolis Colts. That Sunday, I thought we were taking on the Colts in Berlin. Yeah, we're taking on the Colts in Berlin. Yeah, I got this thing written down as Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but they would be taking on the Colts in Berlin, Germany. But anyway, this matchup would feature the Falcons against a Colts team boosting a dynamic quarterback duo in Anthony Richardson and newcomer Daniel Jones, along with their exciting rookie tight end Tyler Warren and established running back Jonathan Taylor. The Colts' offensive potential with Richardson's athleticism, Jones' experience, Warren's receiving ability and Tyler's ground game presents a multifaceted challenge for our defense. On the other hand, the Colts, with their new additions on defense, will have to really bring it if they plan on stopping the aerial attack of Michael Penix and his quartet of playmakers once again. This Week 10 game will be an important opportunity for the Falcons to secure a victory against a promising AFC opponent that's looking to make a much-needed improvement this season. The last regular season meeting between the Atlanta Falcons and Indianapolis Colts took place on September the 22nd, 2019 in Indianapolis, where the Colts won 27-24. This upcoming Week 10 will be their first encounter in Atlanta since 2015. In Atlanta since 2015. And like I said, that game will be taken in Berlin, Germany, November the 9th at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. All right. Week 11, the Atlanta Falcons will host their second and final regular season matchup against NFC South rival Carolina Panthers in Week 11 on Sunday, November the 16th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This divisional contest will feature the Falcons facing a Panthers team looking to progress with their young quarterback, Bryce Young, their 2024 rookie draft pick, wide receiver Xavier Legette, their veteran Adam Thielen, and their highly anticipated 2025 draft pick, wide receiver T. McMillan, better known as T. Mac. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name. Titaora McMillan, but we call him T. Mac, so y'all know who he is. The development of this receiving trio alongside Young will be a key storyline for this NFC South battle as they try to find ways to stretch Atlanta's off defense. But just like they're going to try to stretch our defense, we have the speed to contend with just about any receiving core that any opposing opponents have. All right. So Week 12, the Atlanta Falcons will face their first regular season matchup against the NFC rival, the New Orleans Saints, and Week 12 on Sunday, November the 13th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The divisional contest marks a significant shift for the Saints as veteran quarterback David Carr has retired and Spencer Rattler is now leading their offense. This Week 13th game will be the first opportunity for the Falcons to face the Rattler-led Saints in what promises to be an intriguing NFC South battle on home turf. And, they played us pretty good. They played us pretty good last year. We split games with them. Of course, once again, decisions were made that aided in that loss. So I'm going to choke it up and just wait for this season's matchup, Week 12 matchup. Week 13, the Atlanta Falcons will face yet another AFC opponent on the road when they take on the New York Jets in Week 13 of the 2025 regular season on Sunday, December the 7th at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This matchup will feature the Falcons against a Jets team now led by quarterback Justin Fields, who joined the team in the offseason. The Jets have also bolstered their offensive unit with the additions of rookie tight end Mason Turner from the LSU, the speedy wide receiver Arian Smith from Georgia, offensive lineman Armand Membu from Missouri, and that's aimed at protecting Fields. This Week 14 game will be a key road test for the Falcons against an evolving Jet squad. I don't think the Jets still didn't address their offensive line woes that's going to be needed to contain our front seven. I think it was Aaron Rodgers. I think that's one of the gripes that he had when he was there. He didn't have the protection, but he also himself didn't make a lot of good decisions with the ball. So I think with both of those issues that things didn't go well for the Jets last year. But the last regular season meeting between Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets took place on October 10th, 2021 in London, where the Falcons secured a victory 27-20. This upcoming Week 14 game will be their first encounter in New Jersey since 2017. Week 14, the Atlanta Falcons will look to revenge their regular season loss game as they host the NFC contender, Seattle Seahawks in Week 14 of 2025 regular season on Sunday, December 14th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That 34-14 loss should have left a very salty taste in their mouth, but this show they leave one in mind. As that loss, I mean, because it was a very winnable game, but things just not look right against that game. And then we were playing at home. Should have been a nice win for us, nice pickup. But things just does not look right. The chemistry wasn't there. The coaching decisions weren't there. Players were all over the place. There was no identity on the defense, and then we couldn't get into the end zone like we needed to, and or stop Seattle from getting into the end zone, right? But this NFC matchup will feature the Falcons against a Seahawks team with a new quarterback at the helm, Sam Darnold, who was acquired in all season. Seattle also bolstered their roster through the draft, adding offensive tackle Greg Zabel from North Dakota, and they also added safety Nick Umenwori from South Carolina and tight end Elijah Oriole from University of Miami. I like that kid, by the way. This Week 15 game will be a crucial NFC showdown in Atlanta against a Seahawks team with several new key players. So look for a good game, and not a whole lot to have changed outside of the quarterback play. Okay, Week 15, the Atlanta Falcons will conclude their 2025 regular season matchup with Tampa Bay Buccaneers on that Thursday, December the 18th at 8:15, with a primetime divisional showdown against the reigning NFC South champions at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, again in the lights. This Week 16 Thursday night football matchup carries significant potential implications depending on both teams' performances throughout the season. This game could very well determine the NFC South title. The Falcons will aim to replicate their success from last season, where they swept the Buccaneers and potentially clinched the division crown with a victory in Tampa. This final divisional clash promises high stakes under the Thursday night lights, guys. And like I said, could very well determine who's the and it may come down to that, who's the NFC champion, NFC South champion. Week 16, the Falcons will host the Arizona Cardinals. And Week 17, and that's Week 17, Week 16. Anyway, that Sunday, December the 28th at 1 p.m. at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This matchup will see the Falcons face a Cardinals team led by dynamic quarterback Kyler Murray. Arizona has also made significant investments in their defense through the draft, bringing in defensive tackle Walter Nolan from Ole Miss, defensive back Will Johnson from Michigan, defensive end Jordan Birch from Oregon, and linebacker Cody Simon out of Ohio State, and cornerback Denzel Burke also from Ohio State. These highly touted defensive rookies will be expected to quickly adapt and contribute to addressing the Cardinals' defensive needs. This late season interconference game will be a test for the Falcons against a Cardinal team aiming to improve on both sides of the ball. Next to the Falcons, guys, personally, I think the Falcons, the Arizona Cardinals pulled off a much needed heist of the 2025 draft as well. They drafted very well. Just about every pick, I think they had like 6 or 7 picks. I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And every pick was a defensive player except for one. The last regular season meeting between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals took place on January the 1st, 2023 in Atlanta, where the Cardinals won 20-19. But like I said, those defensive players, guys, those are some very good players, so they might not be any implication on how the game turned out, but like I said, they are some very good players, and they went into the draft with the same mentality as the Falcons and came away with exactly what they needed and more, just like we did. But Week 17, the Atlanta Falcons will conclude their 2025 regular season on Sunday, January the 4th, 2026 at 4:25 p.m. on the road against the Los Angeles Rams in SoFi Stadium. I said Week 17. This is Week 18. or did I say no? This is week 17. But this week, this matchup will pit the Falcons defense against what is considered one of the most solid quarterback lineups in the league, led by Matthew Stafford. The Rams' array of talented wide receivers will undoubtedly test the Atlanta secondary. Additionally, running back Blake Corum will challenge the Falcons' run-stopping capabilities, as the Rams are expected to utilize their diverse offensive play calling. This final regular season game will be a significant test for the Falcons against a formidable Rams offense. However, without Cooper Kupp as a weapon, the Rams will look slightly different in production. So that could be a plus for us without having the likes of Cooper Kupp. The last regular season meeting between the Atlanta Falcons and the Rams took place on September the 18th, 2022 in Los Angeles, where the Rams won 31-27. Now, the final game, the New Orleans Saints. This is one of those to be determined game, but it's the final regular season matchup against the New Orleans Saints. Is currently scheduled for either Saturday, January the 3rd, or Sunday, January the 4th, 2026, with the exact date and time to be determined by the NFL. This week 17 contest will be played in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This divisional game against the Saints, who are led by quarterback Spencer Rattler, following David Carr's retirement, could hold significant playoff implications for both teams as the regular season draws to a close. Fans should stay tuned for the official announcement of the game date and time. This week 17 matchup will be the Falcons' opportunity to secure a divisional win at home against the Saints. Atlanta fans have to look forward to in 2025 season with a compelling schedule featuring primetime matchups and that game in Germany. The Falcons head into the 2025 season with heightened expectations, aiming to improve upon their 8-9 record from the previous year and make their first playoff appearance since 2017. Now, guys, although I'm not making a record prediction, I will say we will improve on that 8-9. We will improve. We will definitely improve. And I'm going to say make the playoffs. But we will definitely improve on that 8-9. I think we're in for a treat with Michael Penix. I think with his host of weapons, he would take advantage of, hopefully every opportunity that he can. But the team has focused on bolstering this defense through the draft, selecting edge rusher Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., along with safety Xavier Watts, hoping that these additions will provide the pass rushing prowess and secondary support the team needs. Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. enters into his first full season as a projected starter, and his performance will be crucial to the team's success. Now, the NFC South is shaping up to be a very competitive division. While the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the reigning champions, many analysts see the Falcons as strong contenders, as well as I, for the title in the division. Other teams in the division, the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints, are also looking to improve. But based on current projections, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are often predicted to win the division again, but face a potential tougher challenge depending on how our season goes. The Atlanta Falcons are widely considered the most likely team to challenge the Buccaneers for the NFC South crown. The Carolina Panthers are expected to show improvement, but might still be a year away from serious contention. New Orleans Saints, with the retirement of Derek Carr and Spencer Rattler taking over, their outlook is more uncertain. I think, to me, guys, I think they're in more of a rebuild. Of course, we pretty much went through the same thing. I mean, we got a host of new guys, although we have a lot of guys that are returning that are familiar with the Falcons via invitations or future contract guys who've been in practice team last year or came in and worked out with the Falcons and left. But we have guys that are familiar with the team, but we are primarily new. This is a new team. But anyway, the predictions for the Falcons' win-loss record in 2025 vary. Some analysts are optimistic, projecting around a 9-8 record or even a 10-7, which could be enough to win the NFC South or secure a wild card spot. Others are more cautious, suggesting a similar record to the 2024, around 7-10 or 8-9, citing the strength of their schedule and the need for their young defensive additions to quickly make an impact. And that's the thing, guys. Our young guys, and this is what a lot of people are not paying attention to. The guys that we drafted were already performing at a NFL quality level last year in college. Jalen Walker, he was doing things on the field that you see guys in the NFL doing. James Pierce Jr., the same. Xavier Watts, the same. And believe it or not, Kobe Bryant, who has a shot to making this team, he was doing the same thing. One of the top ball hawks in the, if not, he was number one, I believe, number one, number two ball hawk in college football. Simeon Barrow out of University of Miami. If he comes in as mean as the rattlesnake that he's been, I mean, he's destined. He was doing NFL type stuff. He couldn't stay out of backfields. You talking? He wasn't getting the sacks, but he could not stay out of the backfield. And in his position, for what he does and his expectation, he did his job just about every play. But he didn't get the recognition because of where he was. You know, he was over at the University of Miami, and he didn't get the recognition. But he's a disruptor. He's a force in that middle. So I'm looking for these guys to come in and make an immediate impact. And I'm so looking forward to minicamp and the OTAs, guys, because this thing is geared up to be very competitive at every position. Every position, even Michael Penix, because he still has Kirk Cousins. Not saying that Kirk Cousins is going to take his spot, because I don't think he will, but there is competition at every spot. Offensive line, safety, cornerback, linebacker, which is where we still need potential help, potentially. Either that or we have to put the right guys in the right spot to be able to secure the linebacker roles. Edge rushers, defensive tackles, competition everywhere. Wide receiver, competition is everywhere. What the plus side is, a lot of these guys that are going to make competition in this camp are also the unsung heroes of special teams. Guys like Casey Washington, Chris Blair, those guys, Natron Means. Oh, did I say Natron Means? Is that what his name? Yeah, Natron Means. Those guys are special team unsung heroes and could very well still come in and be contributors of the Falcons season. But in summary, guys, the outlook for the Falcons 2025 season is one of potential. They are considered a strong candidate to compete for the NFC South title. Win predictions vary, but many foresee an improvement over their 2024 record with the possibility of making the playoffs. The NFC South race is expected to be closely contested. And I see it being a three-way race between us, the Falcons, the Bucks, and the Panthers. Not saying that the Panthers are going to make it, a run for the finish line, but at the same time, they will probably increase their wins from last season as well. But I'm looking forward to an exciting season, preseason, an exciting regular season. I'm even looking forward to an exciting camp, guys. But the Falcon fans, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the Atlanta Falcons 2025 regular season schedule. Question for you guys: what games are you most likely looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching as always. I sincerely appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this breakdown, please hit that like button, share it with your fellow Dirty Birds faithful, and leave a comment with your thoughts and your record predictions. Also, set to return is the much anticipated uh, Player of the Week segments, where I highlight a different Atlanta Falcons player each week. That will start, however, when the final 53-man roster is set and finalized. So look forward to that to start back up. And lastly, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, the Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, for more Falcons news, analysis, and content. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under the same name, Atlanta Falcons Pandemic. Until that time, guys, rise up, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
Huddled up, Atlanta Falcons fans. This is Emmanuel, aka Cowboy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications so that you can be notified when we drop future content that you may also enjoy. So until then, thanks again, and see you at the Super Bowl. Rise up. Huddled